ama daily graphics that time no etro ehu ensem ene records ewo yani efi yi obati insu ayira fankran ba me kra de growing up at a point in time ewo Accra no ya beti se enkran ka ba bi ayira alajo ene di enim se ho yiri pa ye mu bi yani efi kakra no de ye be wo se enkran insu ayira na ya alajo. And if I'm not mistaken, Omampeni Dada Rollins, that time no be who to be cutting got e wa alajo. Omampeni Dada Kufuor. And ye nim say obeye drainage system e wa alajo. Drainage Omampeni Dada Kufuor. And ye nim say obeye bibi e wa alajo. Enti me no de me think like Accra be beka se be a flat here na je say ya alajo. Ebe nim no na afi de kokọ konmiamia hohoro na afi obehu awo hie area ho last time e ka kwashiman o ko Santa Maria hodom so ada ho kakra no na flood de miamia baby ene de akra nyina ensuo amenyen. And the Minister of Interior Muntaka Mubarak eko brashe bidwafie na eye insu ayirafa dodo na ewo enkran no okokan brofo ewo brashe bidwafie ede ensem kotu dwa diomu ahu ede adamu a omu etu na edei eda obema ya tese over 36,000. Is it 36,802? The panasi say obu eni baby. Over 36,000 individuals displaced. Enra ensure fanko for pumem. Omu kuchina rooftop. Maami biya bete oko franco for ababe buano obai ni mamienu ensure afa nkokra emrewa amu entumi empie nsu ato ewo dem enra figure no initially bete yesi nipa 4 ena ahwere omo nkwa afi du baby yesi nipa be 9 edu baby miti 11 Mirror Studio figures official one yen yatie and the study part 12 and ashre omonkwa. But be not deceived. The who a yenda to penny be an the figures ni be tuja I omon peso be tun kofo akoma na omono de no de hwe I can confidently tell you set 12 no go and share by now dipa ashromo kwa be dipa 50 and ashromo kwa e won cry about abonten so ednam insua ayira fa ho because obi atumi aka so omo peso mu betu kofo akoma de omo nim no a omo ensa kanu no ene upe odehye no wayera ewo nkran bepem ne uhu na probability and say insuo no ede no ko ade enso afi na nadmufuo enemu ene ena mete say ye the marine police eko alajo marine police echo fish out individuals ewo alajo ehe na nyiri won krai chado kra de make us where wetlands so dim chado a trade fair echi hodom e fra chado e no de jai said ye de ewu and I think that place is wetlands chado abidim na wetlands but then yiri how do you jai Eyawrehosem. Eyawrehosem ni ye Nkansah. Enra, it is a President John Dramani Mahama. Ebe kasai. Na President Mahama di wa makranke. President Mahama. And some of the betu jan wa makranke. Or the day, I know the chopper that's a helicopter. And them ream. How the yeti. Or the yeti. President Mahama, you had the solution. Who opposition? That who solution or opposition? President Mahama, now who solution in opposition? And then the other chopper them ream open day. So we're really easy here. Is it 300 million? Say finance, finance minister. Then you come you. Oh, we will release this kebia. Last year, stand-up Benum committee never time me. Oba for report and command President Mahama. Some of the report commander. Then I never report. Did he take any action? And then nipa a free moke kako. Me slow who be 50. Me say 12 no mo dia ba beto abonte. So mo pese obo betu nkofo akoma ni omo nim no 12 official reports. 12 with over 36,000 displaced. Me who say ejado odon na ho baby ejado toyel be 137 normal record women bi abi 137 figure bi ewo ho a che say relief items say not boom for enem. When President Mahama in opposition 2024 Oka Sekufuadu enim ho hwe do do we Ministry of Sanitation and the Kwaku local government ministry ase no plans be no omoye akoti stand do committee that in pa no moye nothing different and enipa ewu kura cheda. This is a country called Ghana. Bijanenum enna o kasakra do tubu so do ananiu kasa de insisi so de boha. But Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wakasa o si yenyi politics do infrim. Hey Dr. Bawumia o si yenyi politics do infrim doctor kasa de to benchu ano wo for ba politics do dey be 40% infrim wo de nti won seba wakenti sister do dey be politics no because NDC for no be politics and then no mo ni magu ase. Oh Dr. Bawumia peacemaker o si yenyi politics no infrim ka doctor sa na ye pedu free titio na Dubai obeye na ho odi mu de. But President Mahama decided to do politics. It be when this for no almost social media. Hey, yengi politics in free. Hey, boko yansa yansa na time. And then the one who yansa say, "You find your politics wrong." Dr. Bawumia wakasa. You be 40% free me the system that politics where the doctor is no. Beba cho Nana Kwame nka yentie Dr. Bawumia and some kakra ene or de etuja. Ah, doctor. Dr. Danke, 100%.
All our energies, all our talents, all the engineers, all the hydrologists, we have to bring everybody together, regardless of party. But this is for Ghana, and let us do it for Ghana. Let us come together for Ghana and solve this problem for our country. And so that is where I want to ask everybody, let's do this together and let's provide relief, immediate relief to the people who are affected. People need food, people don't have clothes, people don't have mattresses. Let us make sure that we come immediately to their aid to do that. Everybody should do something. Myself, I will try and help in the small way I can with some of these relief items. But I think that we are a country, our country people, our communities are in need, and we should all chip in to come and help them in this. It is a sad situation. It's a human story that we should look at. We should look at the solutions to it, but I think it's fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So there you have it.
Where the friend leader, where and the leader, and kabum, President Mahama in opposition, one can we be that, and was about the trouble. and can Nana Kwame Nkandra to be who's our President Muhammad Yananka who repeat man. President Muhammad said, well, okay, be that. Or what position, sir? Some person use word people, some way, one can be do. That the higher politics or by so deploy me. But in my president, and I said, Dr. Baumia Betanako so. Yeah, shed your debate for. On Kasaka say, Kasa, yeah, can see politics with flats. And so, and then the other. Make board to offer quickly now a year lawyer Bem together with honorable no. And then Omaya Timubola crying ya baby in Fangu. Yenya baby and for ball and go. The Bayer Dana is your fire. Just because President Mahama has no plans. Manase Azuri Awuni Akochuro BB about Zoom Lion in tea. Or not that is what you're doing, President, with no plans for the future. Manase some crow ya what power, no churofa Zoom Lion. Nanado echo Zoom Lion, the plant one baby. Manase bufu ya no the NPP ankebu. Because I then said Nanado or no action sem. There's a Nanado di Zoom Lion, echi no cohesion the plant. And not 10 people sir. President Muhammad ye good face. Just a Manase achro. Say yen Zoom Lion contract moon fashion move for Webe chem tin ton time and the ball are crying your baby friend. District Assembly so when you to be a handle which just like that with no plans for the future and the ball are the million and then see a year fire. Sadi run your mind. Si say crumbe bia ye feet ball are almost yegunsum and yene you see a year fire. Just because you be the pen achro. So what you should watch him. Usudi accoutrements out the yet and you many. Oh, sorry, is you win yabi. Make us say ECG. Omo vending a open cania to crada cania and the untumen to cania. Medim problem aba me so the release biaba. Sa for more restore the still caught now cope cania to omo app no so winya canianto. Adan yet your money and which yes. And then you talk a client in a barricade. What we are pumping, see, I will sack me. But we are no more. On the country, say low voltage because don't want to use some caniano. And then in your air to a you can it's your to me a supply is you. And we are back. Is Ghana Water Company Limited. Last week in a don't want against you or movie because someone to be pumping you. Yet your mind said, you're on your mind. Member lawyer ne honorable emblem na we would actually cry na o tio ya abai papa ba there we abai papa President Muhammad the can ban fun say and you would ya fun 3rd July say a Republic Day no na holiday no mo dey akwese holiday also by papa person be who wadi mo ho Prophet Owusu Bempai, very good afternoon to you. On the back, I say, a Tuabama President Mahama. Sebe betu ye no. Pesa Republic Day no. Or Bebon Paina. Or reverse ni mana you to me echo ni. Oh, me shele ni pa so be shie pa bo egu form. But lawyer, be ma kwa ba no abonso no ma kwa ba.
Joso bro keke.
Keke.
Tampa cho bo ho ye de.
Amanfo se ho ye. Se de si won kran de obeda ka so ho ye. Kyeremanteng to man no.
Niema sai no. Na me put dem se niema nipa kula free mu no.
It's a disaster.
Oh my.
It's a disaster. Big disaster. Huge disaster.
Na last year, Kyeremanteng 2 years. So then I say July be say ya. I'm not so sure about it.
Kyeremanteng 2025 be bri by.
Yeah.
And the night have me cry Nkwalana omoko asori omo buy Ashanti region how be free no.
Oh.
Some I think they were around 26 or 25. Last year 2025 no so see yeah no kwa say last year Korea
plane crash na me ka say no almost
and you lose ministers in kwa say 4 or 3 and soldier for no mo kan so ni pa mo twe say okay say 2025 ni mo na and so it took to wo e wo Anglo good e wo Oboase Mam Ranty Base, Doom, you know.
2025.
Yeah, 2025.
There 20. Okay, so no, yeah, LD.
Yeah, LD. Yeah, so could see.
I'm okay,
yeah. And I'm only soldier for no Kunya clash. And only Pava said 12 was almost so.
Yeah.
And disaster already. Meaning so should be pants more kind, no idea. Meaning, actually,
where did you also be public tribal? Some CD.
Almost as a sound, one no sound quiet or more horror papano. Inti Abia. Because a man is unready. Unready. Because they're now working. Osha official figures now. So far, not just almost in Pabé 12. But almost all more Moira in Homono. Or Munim numbers in this year. Or Moira. The other say be a Suno Edno, yes, I blew a droopum. And I say be a or door nano, a colloquium, any dear cacao. And a basis everywhere into me who are very difficult to locate them. Very difficult. And it's a disaster. You see 2015, June 3rd was and also and the 120 something no more free. Inti I was you remember Busham for more Ramadeshin in Ayako. Na Yaka said, dear see, there be a case never again. And so all the time now it's ICB. I say, yes, dear papa. And nearby I say, you know, and they drew a biana coffin saying, Yabaki Kabiana, Yansuachi, Adrian, the Unim Kahon. Kiki, Yadoas, our friend, Yadoasi. Last week, the moon.
Oh, yes, sir.
Elections on one sense, Montina, ye veteran. Ye veteran, or more qualified. Next week, you have a trouble. Not just say, ye polling station, ye electoral area, ye constituency na region. After now, but I just say, ye na parliamentary. And it will be next year, by 2027. Now, watching our first year. Na ye kan DC for say keke over kai say ade ba ko mu gina so pa o mo bon to ama Ghana for to aba mo pa ye sa 24-hour economy so be ma juma 133 enu free ho ade na da so ye top priority pa ba ko so ne nkokon ketenkete na nkokon ketenkete no ye chema o mo no ene me bisa ye nua mo DC for no bi wo program so na obi bisa na o mo de akwa o mo ho aba ko bi dia last 2 weeks me ne ko abi bisa o ka say nkusuya aba sister no ma nkusuya aba for no kra na ye nkokon ketenkete na ama na aba mi hu aso nkokon so brawlers na mo che brawlers so mo ntu nkusuya na mo tam ko tu social media de mo ye no social media na me se mi ni asebe na okay nkokon mo ntu nkusuya wo na mama nkusuya bo aye for obem enti me de mi bisa public interest ya amanfo oba ya na amanfo se mi bisa na se sa nkokon ketenkete na ye chema onkrofo no nkokon no mo wo he because ankoko we no ayi so as o mo ka chance say 2 weeks or 1 month no mo anyini ye che 4 months aba enti o mo awe ana because enemi nua na me no ko bo no do no person o che nyina so o mo awe nkoko no nyina na nkoko no so nya sahara president ka kire yen o kan wo opposition say ye ma nkoko no a wo bebubobuo wo da ya mo no odo so am wo bebubobuo kakra bi wo fie ne ya ma nkoko no bi nkoko no tukosi a na wato nkusia no so nkoko so nyini a na waton na wanye sika to botom na ye ka unemployment once and one of the solutions to adwuma obetumi create amankofo aye no enu bi nkoko nketenkete no nti e ma nkoko nketenkete na watumi ayi na nti se moye omo na mowe omo de a na omo dika nti se sia ye besa be ma omo bi ma na no mo asia kowe adno so omo di man DC ayi fence ayi supporters nko a me constituency omo 55 uba na ukura party ID card enti se wo ye constituency executive a wo nye 10 na omo ye ward for no me fa say ye from polling station no e no so 55 ebi wo ha omo gi a omo beduru fie kura na akokọ na ewu and if you look at Atrocities budget for 2025-2026 sika ya spend was 200 and something million Ghana cedis o enti ma chicha nkokọ de amankrofo mo awe enti ye na minua na de na o kan say o a policy of person Ghana for ye taste for local chicken. Now my ye adwin free foreign ones no so. Nan this for nko amowia me meda nya tia taste no bi.
Omodi obabusu yafo.
Mo ko amore kokoro nyina. Enti nkoko we de ba bi omo bi akeke mesra mo hwehwe mman because policy be how the bar. Your policy implementation and variation, and I'm a one. And you say you to me a assessment who say policy no achieve the aim and I say achieve. Na ya kwase sankokɔ de ama nkrɔfo ndc fo ɔmo nko agye nkokɔ no akogu ɔmo fie ɔmo ayɛ ɔmo nkokɔ so ɔmo awu so ɔmo adwe nkokɔ no nyina ɔmo amaye na ada yɛ Ghana fo ana enti ade we de keke ha me papa ba bia sankokɔ no ɔmo kɔ ebia ɔmo gye nyina de shu aka no yesa de bide no amanfo be answer na me kwa me hu de nti ndc fo pentakra mo asem sa
ba ko de say to Cote d'Ivoire
Burkina
Burkina
confirm mo first one mo dem confirm and o mo kwa ye hu bebi o mo fa na ye nim say na wo ba so akofa nkokɔ nketenkete ntakra
we dey koda the same
o mo anu o mo are
to koda the same
enkofo we mo o mo anu nkokɔ no nyina are
o mo plan bi anye
ye plan juma man nkrofo na yakofa one district one factory aba
the 24 hour market
o ba say mo twasa policy num na me nkokɔ nketenkete na wakoye nkokɔ no ya na wo atonkosua o mo tonkosua na watonkosua na wanyesika nkokɔ no so nyina na watumi aton nkokɔ na wantumi nyesika na wo chiche ma o mo na o mo akoku nkokɔ no nyina are we policy men no
but honorable Andres Bediako ene na wote no
keke no me wan kratro ma o baby mrante bi wo brukum
okay
obo program no eya mo mi line to no so mo nka
nipa bebre
baby dey ya no mo kan no da bia enka you start ya na se bia wo baby be 5 minutes na 10 minutes
me won say dey bia mo dey nkrai ma
enti we no producers mo hwe na mo nka wansem because amafo omo se omo peso because omo se munua mo western no ya omo de omo bie nti omo tumi kasa but how so omo peso omo kasa ni movement ni omo tumi kasa nti how omo pa nti we dey nkratro amede nam ne no mo hwe ne bie mo
mate honorable kasa gina na my kai eye post bia Sam Jata George post to enra na NDC for asa afi na omo nyina yansa na ba after floods na fe de yansa na ba pa Sam Jata George mamu nche ye bufu awie we I think 20 hours they say it goes into enra. Today has been a tough one. When the Minister be about lawyer for my constituents and largely residents of the Greater Accra and Volta regions. The flooding was devastating, and the damage may never be fully recovered from. My heart really goes out to those whose properties, homes, and livelihoods have been destroyed. We must, however, have a really frank conversation as a country. Anyway, we must, however, have a really frank conversation as a country. Building in waterways, over-silted drains, poor town planning, irresponsible disposal of garbage, and winning activities. The list is endless. As elected officials, Sam George, compare baby da. I don't know, Alex Afeyo can catch the interior minister. So what time I'll catch them say everyone must stay at home. Need them news ya babegua. Need them hona now say everyone must stay at home. News you every day. They were staying on rooftops. Everybody must stay at home. Home. What's the home in Suya Yidafa? They were on rooftops. Home not flooding. They were living in streams and rivers. What is everybody must stay at home? Where was the home? I don't know. Alex Afeyo can catch interior minister Muntaka. But lawyer, member one chain. Na me pacho ho
me ho ye pa
na virus ne ho ye
no me the number be mama me ni chia no mama nchia
and then you wan kokot
e wa Italy. In fact na ye Matthias Day.
Oh, okay.
Say ye kum 3 justices of the Superior Court internal lawyers nyina kwa sorry. But I'm free mako change nchenya aso dem na me free ba internal sad day areho for the past 40 years. Van say we are 44th Matthias Day. The bar and the bench on my morning the death of the 3 justices are no more the Superior Court of Justice. In response to our call for reconciliation, National Reconciliation Commission EIF by President Kwaku on the time no say am fa bone nchenka this anka nanka we say nipa bitua nipa bi soka ebine Justice Fred Poku Sakode ya kwache na najude siom kokun no Cecilia Kyeremanteng Ado ana kwadwa J Japan Justice omunyina justices Cecilia Kyeremanteng crowd de no your ba nti ene se na ne ba kura enum ne kofa no ne kokun no so ene ye 44th Matthias Day na ayareho in as much as money
Chief Justice
money in enkran no sa disaster na see na esan money sa the justices of the superior court na yedi kun no but when me said they did well because ohebu could be okutamia ade amoye no enya ade ayere be fi omoda because nipa boni ni a odi omo bone no yede omo wudi and enso omo spirit gu so enti na do supreme court ani mo omo na omo statute na commander bi kura kan ho but onye lawyer enti no ono ya yede bonus was I am fa hwe ensi no so enti ya forgive you the wrongdoers no ene the kawo omo cowards na omukun no but you be kai ma every Matthias Day ebia no rule of law you be kai emra na hwe Cecilia Kyeremanteng or questions our Provisional National Defense Council PNDC omo ye 1992 constitution omo de ade bi bewuram already sa section 34 hona omo de ade bi bewuram o say no member of the Provisional National Defense Council Secretary or other appointees of the Provisional National Defense Council shall be held liable either jointly or severally for any act or omission during the administration of the Provisional National Defense Council where your friend forgive us our trespasses. Omo ye Ghana mra ni nyina wie no mkofa we di be wura mu ese ye nyintum ana yesan ye na yegitum se boni bia PNDC ombedi ye nipa bi omukun ni bia no ma Ghana ni bia ntimi nkwesen omo bia ntimi nche omo bia ntimi for omo court nti our constitution it is not lawful for any court. It is
in the constitution.
Yes, section 34 of the read. It is or say it is not lawful for any court or tribunal to entertain any action or take any decision or make any order or grant any remedy or belief in any proceedings instituted against the government of Ghana or any person acting under the authority of the government of Ghana, whether before or after coming into force of this constitution, or against any person or person acting in concert or individually to assist or bring about the change in government which took place on the 24th day of February 1966, on the 13th day of January 1972, on the 4th day of June 1979, on the 31st day of December 1981, in respect of any act or omission relating to or consequent upon the overthrow of the government in power before the formation of the National Liberation Council. Ekosa etomu wie no we Professor Kumado atudin forgive us our trespasses. Etomu di boni ni nyina wie no de be shemu. 1992 right achuchika tamu nyina di mu akotene for 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Etomu nyina ya aware and on my this idea we be shame forgive us our and no court on this land court to be anyhow boni omudi obetimi akwahyen because omudi ashema me aja atuma ba mana be 1992 Constitution na hwe the mama Cecilia Kyeremanteng de na ne batua na no omukokun no hwe asem bi okan me ka honama wo hu se areho eno na lawyer for the bench and the bar no ya lawyer for na bench na ya judges for the bar and the bench or the bench and the bar I mean for bench the kind because omo my loss. So the bench and the bar and then I know near they kai say any panions. Where my Cecilia Kyeremanteng assembly or kind. Or say one must not ever case be more or the case no and or the two ja. Ni case no. Na me kind portion kakra bi ama what ye nsem be okan. So one must not lose sight of the fact that in a revolution a lot of things happen. And you can so be ama refuse say revolution time so for take over no and yama happen a lot of things happen and nobody questions the makers of such coup d'etats. Or say any money in say obi an question one nobody questions the makers of such coup d'etat. However, when they seek to clothe their actions with the responsibility of legality, then sitting as a judge, I will have to look at these things clothed with legality, with reference to the norms of legality with which we are familiar, and the test of validity that are applicable to the act of all legal tribunal. Etimameno, now I am say so be the revolution di muasem no di nkwase asem a no mo de mara abebo mo ho ban but ni kwan say obi tena ho say obi yinani eso wonhwe na onim omo de be share forgive us our trespasses no sa section 34 no o kan asem bi wa ha die book ya make o say she was the first judge to have questioned the traditional provisions of the armed forces so the transitional provision wey be ko shame where your friend transitional provision and this transitional provision way omo de bi ko shame na Ghana 1992 constitution is omo de be shame ono ni nipa no question sa de no o say edu kan on a question she was the first judge to have questioned the transitional provisions of the armed forces and no question no esa sa bone ni mudi bone anam de emra aklofu mo ho nam de ebom ho bai we nyina ne na asem a okeka enti ayefa ano a yekoku no na o hwe ne nsam no na so to obo akan utimi se judge ne no ye obi a na picture ni so
yes
Cecilia Kyeremanteng we enti yekofa no ana jo dasem ye ku no that day no krensuo to enti omo body na anhye yesa hye wo mo enti saka body ne hye ya eto mu wie no mo de be hye say no member of Provisional National Defence Council secretary obi anwa or other appointees of the Provisional National Defence Council shall be held liable either jointly or severally for any act or omission during the administration of the Provisional National Defence Council.
Yakun free.
Yakun obi free. Wa boni bia do bia ya do free. Yakọ sa amemwo numu sa Provisional National Defence Council and they give you birth to National Democratic Congress and ebe wo sa National Democratic omo yi pini free ona ebe National Democratic PNDC omo yi pini free ona ebe NDC National Democratic Congress o kan esemenka it is at
PNDC na moko kai sa
and then kai sa nkrofo ni nyina judges mensa ora ikwabena je Japan ne papa and so he was murdered on the dancing was murdered ekuwa mu nyina and I'm say army officer ba konso kan nti bo so do Supreme Court matters there omo ne do omo yi SEC Supreme Court na nimu no omo statue SEC Supreme Court ya de kai omo but army officer na de no onye lawyer nti no onye judge nti no omo amfa ne tina so nti omo de bo no na si ho ka keke nti nipa miensa we de omo nyina they stood for rule of law say be adwuma and omo resistant
under PNDC
Provisional National Defence Council and omo san da be 1992 constitution when you actually din transitional provision and the transitional provision won't mean question omo don be ye bi abone atrocities omo bu nipa ni bi omo de abesho no omo san abobokra say ade bi esi 24th day of February 1966 won't mean question no 13th day of January 1972 untimin question on the 4th day of June 1979 untimin question wamo and on the 31st day of December 1981 untimin question wamo boni bi obudi obi an obi ani tumi and no court mamen kan hwanchiro okay it is not lawful for any court or tribunal to entertain any action or take any decision or make any order or grant any remedy or relief in any proceedings instituted against the government of Ghana. So obi so want to say wa bono wakun ni nipa na de ne beko odo be fa sa e de akọ court no court. Let us say Ghana ho international court o be bia no court. E bia nu obetimi de Ghana akọ sa omo no di obi bone nti yantwe nipa na so nti we no your friend of forgiveness
reconciliation e bia by na
nti ko president ko by no be national reconciliation say yentimi question wa mo de a ene me be patamo medema no pa mo chew na mo komunipa kwanti mo ayekumu nipa ni nyina amenya national reconciliation na me pa mo chew na president ko fo be pa chew enu mu ne nyina ye de kai we num na chese obi antimi ntu omo so boni ni binti sa provision o mo de be shemu and abunsa Professor Kumado ni book no actually forgive us our trespasses.
Better say that day obi baby say that day na no musuru omo ayeye emra ede ai then na wusuru odi ababi
keke areho because I should say kai wo mo areho ma me no decisions ene say de no osikasa omo nyina o judges ni nyina so hwe obi ade a no mo mpene ma bone enti omo ntini akwachi omo kum and there was a matter of route a PNDC for ni bi eno na ma omo ko mbechi ni kun no sa portion no kamani boso an kamekan ho no mo kire o di tia no abromo bone omudi ye no ampene so ama omo ene ekofa na anadwo da so
and it remains a mystery. Car keys why you should be a cofa it remains a mystery. But an idea and this you always say but omo I not just say near masa it's in a fan
Ogusuna say baby we are all witnesses to what happened during the AFRC era. Mame na neka so ye nyina ya dance for ye di dance CDC AFRC Forces Revolutionary Council. Ye nyina hu dey see people use that period as an opportunity to settle old scores. Amanfo use that opportunity no say omu use that time no dey score that they settle old scores and ye may see that a lot of atrocities were committed in the name of the AFRC. Bonne basa ECC our AFRC. Those who were exposed were punished. But others went clean through the net. Ebino for who di net in where then Ekoy Abraham punish one. And same way no kind if the act of those who went through the net were not to be brought up to the court now. Sa omo fa net ni mu ko ya yemu de omo di bone na ya nyo manche o ma ya nyo mo hwe no eno no omo fa net ni mu ko ne de omo back court ya ni mu a can the transitional provision be pleaded in the name of justice in defense of such an act? It was surely not. No question says that transitional provision na omo de abese 1992 constitution ne constitution na hodo a omo de bese mu no it is ye de ba na ni mu court wa ono mo o ma kwan say sa bone na wudi ye ni ntia o say oja o ma wo kwa na we ni na asem okaye ni we ni mu nyina na de kwatin eti asem we na no oka section 34:1 no no member of the Provisional National Defense Council Secretary Odano or other appointees of the Provisional National Defense Secretary na Rollins ana
secretaries
ministers no yes some secretaries no shall be held liable ministers no shall be held liable either jointly or severally for any act or omission during the administration of the Provisional National Defense Council. Ehona na ma me question say eti mo decide body we eni kwa say question mana eni kwa say kwa de nti o kan san sem we nyina no na nipa bi di nipa bone na o ma form ho de adi o mu wi o mo say it is not lawful for any court Emra court to be acquired any court or tribunal to entertain any court. They didn't say any court in Ghana, any court. That means that court to be a way we are CBR. Won't mean fanko. And to me, and this is for lawyer for say and science akrata 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Na be yam ranti aja to me. Into your dan question to
na constitutional review. Okay, say na put dem pedi free.
So mbe ye free mu dia. Then they so mu ye free mu no mo anyi. Aso wadi card abase enko. You see, your free be group norm. Group norm no e case na kan. We ni ye law no be give birth to constitutional amendment one year day ban into one way sa constitutional a transitional provision on besa fa de no so asan abehim because one family will be back question omo it when statement amame no okay or see those who were exposed were punished omo ehu omo ye twoma so but others went clean through the net so let the last one while they by if the act of those who went through the net omo fa omo hudi no were not to be brought up to the courts now ya former court there. Can the transitional provision be pleaded in the name of justice in defense of such an act? It was surely not. Where is Cecilia Granting unquote?
As it was in the beginning for the NDC, na just NDC no dear, we are judge. Na o kano kra, omo MP, agenda court so the oko kape. Na chesa adima farm de jaji agenda court identity court na ai anu ade wo
because so bechewa
sa ogono kra no koso a ya show NPP atade
and we are judge na be kan
President Mahama Kajo said they must move on to the bench in TM Park and Kofungo na and then the Chief Justice enye bi hedi enti be beda as lawyer ne the ama lawyer kwenu mu o se ene ana ye nyina edim say dey Matthias Day it's here na lawyer the judge for Eda kese pa and a lawyer chire ye mu no besa abade nchai apio but honorable member on nchai na afa ye rewra ye in 79 just say June 30th lawyer for edi arewo na Ghana for nso edi arewo enti asemu
enkrapona
honorable
keke
atoyira nchem
yeah
Emra yantia sempa
yeah the dikan ase yebema atiefo na ahwefo nyina yakọ enkanka ye na ya hwere adehye keke ye firi babi na yaduru babi ya yaduri and I think say ye nyina ye pese ye bekọ ya nimu a say wonim say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumi akasa say ma ye mfa nya amanyosem but iduru babi nso na say yankaka ye ho a man sem no ye hunu babi a ye firi ba na ma wonim babi a wo firi ba wo hunu babi a wokọ fi say sa Accra ni nsuyiri enye nne ne hyase ye nyina ye nim say ye nim say but over the years no escalate the amana basa akra bi ni say what say population wise Accra sisia no nipa na doso afi so bebi a nipa doso saa na ama ye settlement na enya problems na wo hwan so a Accra ye bebi a ewo form lowland area enti obo say nso no e free aburi areas ho no nyina mopo no nyina eso na abafo because e be pekwan asena ko see num enti ya na the problems ba wo hwe 1960s kra na graphic kra e publish e bra na flood esi wa kra na bebi a ema asem no koya ade kra ye 2024 2023 a ye ba beto aba na politicians ye gina simpi so na ye bontoa entoa mu na Emma president, the current president, then opposition leader, actually and say, our solutions to all the problems of this country. Because we say our experience, why president paying. Intina unim kwanya ye problems ya wo Ghana nyina unim ni nyina nti obetumi asolve ni nyina de amaye. So he spoke a lot. And the party for so ekeka bi amaye hu say omo kan ye duro bi kura say Akufo-Addo ye Nebukadnezar. Na onu Nebukadnezar na oye no initial president ni say I would say 2020 as nsu entumi anto o say Akufo-Addo amamu boni nti nsu kura anto biem ade anyankopon na control nsu no osoro no say Akufo-Addo ntia then some of his boys eduji tamakulumu ekotra social media so a no mo kotu Bible say nipa bonefo di o man so a e ma o man no CP enti Akufo-Addo ye nipa bonefo nti no ama Ghana bibia ankoso omo ye politics ya the black star cry ye bobo ni omo de ka ho e ma John Mahama cry ka say ono the black star na oba obegu black star cry na the local players nko na be bobo foreign players ndi obetu omo agu be cry nti ye say ye homegrown black stars na nsema NDC for Ghana opposition e na da bia me ka say nsema omo kan no e na me de judge omo because me I know say NDC omo ne ade papa bi ometumi ya ma o man we. But the kind of opposition, no, if you are able to implement even 20%, 30%, and we are good to go. And the president can say, Akufo-Addo aban no, I created the affair say Minister of Sanitation. Ya na mama Cecilia da Pane dano. Na sa ministry no, oba obeguno. Uguno a or the more responsibilities in abekwa ko local government ministry no. Na ni nyina na say Akufo-Addo aban no agisika enye sika bebre e de free World Bank yes eska no esenka wotumi edi bi etete odo no ne nsuo ne ayi e won kran ne mu nyina onye eno na ma nsu yiri no fa nti wonde oba obetete ni nyina na baby yes o mu kran ni nyina o matumi akran na tumi abo ama eye fe se nsu yiri na jai lo and behold oba yes o gu sanitation ministry no ampa and all the additional responsibilities from the sanitation ministry no eko kan local government ministry no and also the chieftaincy kan no na the NDC for year no na ade ba kwa no mo say na wo kama na asem yeni manase nsem o trofa Zoom Lion ho enti ma Zoom Lion ne contract ya no wo aban mu a ode ye adwuma drug masters no a subsidiary of Zoom Lion omo na ya no mo te odo river all the time omo twa sa contract no enti for the 2 years ni anopa okobo ya ankasa okovanda po ya numa ankasa o si for the last 2 years yenti odo NDC ni na last month ya
last 2 years 2
years ni NDC for omonti odo no na eye Rollins ba eye Zinato Rollins se wonim se on na ye MP e wo sa areas ni nyina ogina parliament last month ye e kan say ohun se obia e dreje odo no biem enti we should be very careful at force in scarce or release my ministers na ye adwuma sika no ma enti abayo no kan sa asem no na obi a na wo opposition na mo se mo solutions to all these things na mo buy 2 years mu ntumi nti odo no enti nso no toye no odo ayi nyina sisi enti nso ne fa na mfa nko ena nkrofo so ye wura all the time e de gum ena na asem no enti se wo cancel Zoom lion o se o NDC for ho se ade a wo mo so pa ye anibre enti na se no ayemfa ni no yemfa ni no you see and somehow mo kan ye na mpa ni ampa ni nua na mpa mo ba ye mo cancel sa contract no ye 2 years na mo nte ayirim no nti solutions na president Mahama say owo e wo abra no opposition e won because wo ba ye na wo form tax force say wo this stand up with no so mo no mo hwe flooding so e won kan say omo report we me ka say ya better question pen say omo me hunu report wa omo generate so far any solutions omo ho de ma oman besi na yehunu hwe ena nsu koto nra akofa nsemo yaba na ode se Zoom lion kra contract na mo kan say problems kra wuma enye no say as a government one na trans na wa hwe ba bia enko yemu asiesie obi si on person wa asem on pe Zoom lion for asenti yenye na sa nipa o ya omo wu siesie o quantify a ene sika esenkai ban de he ne so
and then they also Atrocities releasing 300 million.
96 can na he fan na ewo wonim say ye call rainy season ya e ho na nso to a e de asemba want to me and direct say Atrocities releases come from minister for local government on fanya adwuma because currently no mo Zoom la ya adwuma na mo de come assemblies no and the assemblies cannot perform. Currently, Oko assemblies na the only contractor I hold Zoom line on so to me adwuma no e contractor yen ni san ye ansa na ye fira ban mu enti say de omo yare say mo ye mo prapra nwura na omo de ne say omo de na omo de call dumping site and today I heard say even Kumasi we are sitting on time bomb because omo say ba bi omo de nwura ko Kumasi ya no ayema obi amanage
I do you care me ayema and the Jahona na Zoom live
yes omo na omo
na say kwade am so hu omo bie kakra ba omo di kogum kakra because
enti wuti Kumasi na office de asinkra no emfa ho a korela na ye bridi Kumasi no korela nipa bi adwen a omo kotena ban mu omo ye no ene ye ne o enti se office Zoom live contract no na problem bu mu a woni ne tenase na mo ahye opani enkwala na wo form no ye fi say 400 na wo de mo say ayi a wo management fee no wo fa say ye fi say so enti yenye ni say ya betumi abo am wonim say sa de wo mo ye no amma daram some beka no radio so more than 40,000 wo mu nyina unemployed Zoom lion staff because omo de man assemblies no eno mo ye say assembly bi an recruit enkrofo na ono ankasa ntwi omo ka enti the ama assemblies no sika da bia ye bo ma ba so omo de common fund no ko omo de enno because ye time no sa Zoom lion sika omo de tua no e assembly common fund no bi o but aban no tin was central government no omo tua Zoom lion ka ho nti won sanka sika na ya tua Zoom lion ka but this time round omo de sika nyina abram wo assembly se mo fan crofo nti bi me ho say me municipality ana yetumi efa Zoom lion staff no mo bro 100 no and then nipa omo pra no omo 20 so how can they do the work into co communities in bia efinko efinso yenim de edeba na nso we ya eto nre ne niema ye hu na ekwe keke anhwe yi a within the next month no corolla cases e be report no kuruma na nya de ketwa
because you see on so eto no kwa ma ade de serious
almost ya fe kwa na nso no beto mo se fe no e beto mo enti wuti baby no office enduru so anya nkanfo nko a e se ye nyina ye embrace ye ho for what is coming enti se aban trase a na wo ye nema wo ye nhise se o ye ni yie now omo eya na omo asem omo sa man we mi nim se o man we in fact ya worship nipa bi mu for nothing power sa na obi anya obi a Stephen Material
onye serious
okotro se
nka me beka correct onye serious
se nsuo ayi efa wo na se hu ba bia o sanitation money wa
Cecilia Dapadia. Oh yes, I'll be reading out to her.
You see, even sa Gamma project no cry, it was not managed by Cecilia Dapa. It was managed by local government ministry. wote ho na we mu na omote omanwu na omote decision say omote omo de omo ne Akufo-Addo anya adwen say omo kan decisions bi Akufo-Addo amfa nti omo bu afu we na nka boko decision we na nka Akufo-Addo mfa nya adwuma
adwen
we ntate ya de we enti sika aban MPP aban pay no the first 200 million from World Bank, the second phase 150 million from World Bank, the Boma 350 million for the Gamma project. Do you know what? MPP are banned from 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24 years free mono. Now by no are utilizing only 35% of the money. The rest of the money no buy way and are bidding in them. Just April, government of Ghana receive more than $10 million from World Bank. With the same Gamma project in Akufo-Addo they introduce here. Into who convert here more than 100 million Ghana cedis. What do they use that money for? Why? Montumi and Fabi and Dreje. Montumi and Fabi and your dreams. Montumi and Fabi and the SMO and Sunto. In Sunto I am fan for. In this case, can way. Say I buy no copy in Sika 350 million because World Bank project, and yet say we fear we know yere akwahoma wuyi mayin na 2030. Yes, I know my own project. You account for what you have spent before they release the rest of the money to you. With documentary evidence, more ye procurement or mutimbi. Into what you of our World Bank Fusika. And the abano company Sika by 350 million or no utilize it not even up to 40% of the money. Now ye jaw the akan 60%, no, ye journey na the amount. Now buy one to me utilize and I want to me ma yambo and so buy. Why do you go back and blame Sisi na say onye useless government ya Sisi Adapa adisika na say oba ye untumi fa nko koto say we useless government na ora no way is dead on arrival ora no way fa enti omo tena o man we mu na say nipa we mu na omo control because minim system material one of the spokespersons for Gold Board seven jamfin sem bia ba on explain papa panimu ente say o kakra ebedi enti ya tena o man mu ama nipa bi ama sika ato adwene nenti wonye sika ubewu ana adwene de minua ehia o na enema wo ya mokae na nkanye Ghana na se obia be pese obebu o man na opese obegye akunwa na de oponwa se ese ogina platforms no kan sem bia because hu se nkrofo adwene wo fom je begye adinti na nka obitimi gina ka chen se mekwa kotu boreholes e wo koko afuom na me de polytank esisi so na motumi de spray mu koko so na nkrofo je no mo bo mo nsem pra o mo ni age na sa machine e kotu koko ebetwetwa koko nu nyina na wura koko afuom ma you see and
but what say he's doing onye bibia different from the first step the part one no buy no that Ghana for you be ade ye ka say waba bege president pay e black Ghana adasa craft flood then pa the president Mahama ye wanye she e wanye she
say office Ghana for no be bring na no dwene wo fonti mentum futuro mum menkeka de ne nsa beto so bia no waka de na no beto so bia no waka saa na okeka no saa na ye kwoto abade ma no oba ye a onye hwi obetuma koku no emfia na ma ya obetuma koku no
ono so wi o be president no bio
dabi enkofoma na nsu afọ no enura na wo tie luprim enam ewiem o hwe ba bia nsu na nka won si fom na nante na feel de Ghana for no feel omo wo gran so no omo a wo dada omo gi omo votes no se Akufo-Addo ye wicked wo ye Nebukadnezar na Akufo-Addo adwemmone e woni timti na nsuo eyiri fa nkrofo no sami jemfu no omo de nam hwe sami jemfu se mo kan Akufo-Addo so nipa bonfo na me se Akufo-Addo won se ayi nyankopon ebe ma na hunu ni wiase ya oba ye nyina nsa na obekwa akoda de nkrofo we kan opposition enti Dr. Baumia ka se yemfa nyepo enka yete ase na hu kosam ese kaka nkrofo adwen de omo yeye ye kaka nkrofo adwen de NDC for ye no opposition de president Mahama na Nkansah na wadi president pen wadi MP wadi minister wadi assemblyman wabedi vice president wadi caretaker president wabedi president aba na no gina simpi so ansema na okekeni.
And I will say NPP they release by na NPP release no mo de buy no na question Standowe committee no say and then when share them who ministry and say so I don't cancel about the sanitation ministry nephew and then when share them who be at the end new purport here because you let me read if people say and as MPP and release or the buy no feel say Standowe or your deputy chief of staff now or no and or barbershop oversee a year South flood day. Why no Kwaku catch the say? No, why deputy chief of staff? No budget nobody day nobody year. Andra MPP released the report as we call on President Mahama to 1 immediately clarify and consolidate the flood management mandate under one accountable ministry. The current split is producing paralysis, not results. Remove the deputy chief of staff from a coordination role. He has no authority to enforce and appoint a single empowered minister to lead. 3, provide a full public account of the anti-flood task force, what it has done since inception, what the helicopter surveillance flights have achieved, and how the budgets were made available to it have been spent. And the last one, stop redirecting blame to citizens and take personal responsibility for the governance architecture he designed, and that is failing Ghana. I said, no, Kujinama, no, Nina, oh, yes, a Ghana for blame Ghanaians, and that's what President.
Or see, attitude, many have been said partly to be blamed, but when to find in Andre, and the Ben who's adeno, say attitude. Dabaya, a brand now boy Kufuado Tiso, Darwa. No can send for Kufuado, my brand. Satam no names a Ghana for your attitude. No name. And then one say attitude and a man so ye. Indeed, the Sino dear, Meka say is rather unfortunate. But President Nkansah, who say, and Raya no Kasana Meka say, or Becassi Abia, oh, and your mamma make a can opposition in a Monfanche. Never who say sooner. One say officer were so smart, or no threat in so ye toy and the magnitude. No, they justify say 2014 the toy saying a net here, and 2025 say the toy, and net you know, and I could 80 something. Now, Uhana, you go explain tire. Hana explain.
And I would take Parliament, the US of A, Club was Kabia be different, right? But flats to be seen on the baby. Mediocre. Enti keke ya besre Ghana for say opani ya kase ye DNDC for na chi a ye nyina bi wu nti ye nyi ye ne ye moye ho ban fi say omo ne ya ho ban bo bia de man ye nyina ye moye ho ban because the esi kumasi a me matete no ya nya very careful ya nkwanko hunu zoom lion for no ene omo ankasa na omo ankoso manage because you see omo wo kai say central government esi tua mo bisi na omo ntua nti omo so omo ato site because ni sika na odi aye ndi se mu fi se muntumi ne opani ne nya adwuma bi ma ne ka na wono munye na muntu ya na untutu machines na vanko na mo mpebi na mo mfambisi ho na mo nya adwuma se be ya yenso ye ho beto enye sa je me da bia me ka se covid esi kuruma andi si time esi yanka yina yiwuwi na wo de se corolla ene be si kuruma ubehu ni po mbeka kuruma se wi mu ana te akodwa so dia ye mo ye ho ban se be ya corolla no enchi ye nkura na wo ko wani koto andi si so na corolla ka chewa na ujejiriji but who say Ghana National Fire Service I beg your pardon about the Tuja 12 dead said the American nearly 500 flood victims rescued. That's according to the Ghana National Fire Service. Lawyer
okay areho you see ya na me Bible suano enye kese de then so kakra minimum Bible we read Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2 assembly or say when the righteous are in authority the people rejoice but when the wicked bear rule that is when the wicked rules the people mourn. You see ahotefo di o man so a enipa ne di ahurusie o manage na emom omo mutirimo for abonefo edi o man so a enipa si a apene sana Bible no e kan Proverbs we no kind interpretation a highlighted the ripple effect of leadership in a system when leaders possess what moral integrity and act with justice their communities what benefits leading to peace and gladness. Conversely, when leaders are corrupt some are corrupt and as ungodly it leads to widespread what hardship and also oppression and public what distress. So Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2. So my share, so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, ebra obenyina no na ayade a otumfu trogu amanfo ani, but na Ghana for fee say, oh, why second Jesus. What they share every time before me beba in Sweden, so every time or share boss a memo ambulance or buy no my pragia. Pragia, the man can get in or de my yo. Pragia pan or coffee so the yet community wine na wine. Pragia no kofa maya. Whereas another down Kwaku Fuado nepens on His Excellency John Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. 8 meter ambulance and Kwambe 350. Over 350 in the dema country region be a including Ashanti region. Anya Ghana for yefe. Ghana for show. Pragia no the bread. We was some by another and your man getting kitty be more some say a boho. Say Koko phobia, Mamma boho ya day a womb. Maybe 2 boho or well food when I spray Koko so. Say and Trony Bino, near Mankatenkete. We are assassin Mamma Coco Katenkete and Cocon Minu me and Uti, Ubiad who are we be, or more when you be in Swa, Minim the Ancocona Edru, and Coconoswa and Coca Montun Cosia. And so this if I say, no, Namacosia bore, IFO. Uye, or say, Messam Unya Cusian Katenkete and Swacoton, let us say no so and Yamankatenkete. Uye, or Sassi Mamma 24-hour economy and Ketua, and it's a Simba Bisiga, we will have no Akoba Sokakra, no Akobo, we will have a Jabien who was see at the Amobi for 24 hours. The chat to Okra was in Mamma Women's Bank, Mamma Ma Bank in Katenkete, and also BC Sene, and crime Pukra Capital crying sees our bank in Ibiho. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Obien himself, and Tianya Mama said near my way CCO. Not in Sweden, a woman said any pursue 8 million to Sanya Manibi. But let me tell you, as I said, Obonye needy or man so or man see a penny. If he said, ye dear here or more, and Yammy knew me and a year dear. Because I knew me and ye dear here man can zoom lion, no matter the zoom lion. I be bianca, omnon bay jume, I'm a baller, and ne, who come me crew majman cascasi, I would do when my bone faho. A honor who said, zoom lion for a better ball and be a ye for no. It's opera a ye for no, Praga for no, a ye for no, bobo ya for a better ball and be a dear. Eh, Kwaku Pao. Kwaku Pa. Na minim say ya na dwuno be hwegu ho. Say so community na ma omo kwan so omo ma mehwegu ho. So just a keke utimu say de ekoso no. Enya de but stress no na enya kura no utimu say zoom lion na ye adwuma no ye na nse ya wo hye da be ye ye. Frakadam wasan buy oba ya de obeka ne say oh ode nsaman bi beba. Ah wo ho no ma ne abesaman. Na bi ni ba bi eto ball anu gu a ehne na onko to ball anu gu e basa na wo sama nipa na wan kasa un provide ba bi a ye de ko zoom lion so mbeten sa na ma we nya aba adwuma no wagu no na be de no wanya ayi on sama ne be sama obi a ne ball anu wanya ba bi obekọ akoto wagu we ya ban a e wo se Ghana fo nyina hunu se a ma ye bibi pa bi amfa ama Ghana fo oto a wo se dollar so ate anu nti rene ma ekoso sa ban obaso bia nsem esie ye nsama akase nko a o de hwe obaso bia nsem esie ensema menu tama enkra ho nsuo sa si ho no ma eni pepepa na ono anete so anasa me ono akure na san ate so enti ma men committee fallacy of what hasty conclusion the mere fact that orte so asa de ni bisi NSBM ebiem asan ba so na ebiem be sesi it's a fallacious statement mama committee ma men committee na men fan kasa fallacy of hasty conclusion eno so maka say yo maka. The point is that say a bosha was share Ghana for no nyina akra we mahu say o ma me ye bibi papa enti na maka ncho say a wickedness and the woman who can Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2 honoma the boni ne woman timo boni ye ni di o ma no so ma ni si apini enti na ma hu say Provisional National Defense Council time mo di boni no ana mo de section 34 not a transitional provision be share 1992 constitution said the be ye be bo mo ho ban eno na obi atem no forgive us our trespasses ye form mo boni ncha wo mo the same Provisional National Defense Council ni etwa pi ni firi mu ene ye said ni be National Democratic Congress enti boni no e wo mo su inti nya de a oman be nya de pa bia de afiri omo me see His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on free so nkona Ghana nya hwe na ni ministers omubotum aye say ma no moko enso na Ghana de pa bia ni wokase a yetimi anya inti wa we mistake a woto abaditi a MPP no sa reconsider our decision na hyehyɛ wo ne mayi na try His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ehwe say this time wo behu say enye ne man ketenkete enkoye pragia ye de ambulance na what be pen pragana mu kura na mampontene kwa so a amane e ko so ni problem ni nipa prepra okọ hospital nipa omu na mabubu wo hospital honma okọ tafo hospital mampontene hospital okoduru onu manwumre na nipa omu mabubu enso ya se de praga be ya ambulance na no me no obi ka so ka chem se mentiase no ye community hwan ye friend sen hospital kete enketwa na obesisi no se ni bibia ye nkete praga nkete nkokon nkete 24 hour economy nkete to hu wasa ba a women's market nkete wan no wasa ba nkokọ nkosua so no wanya nkete na boho enso nkete wa afuom wei ye de to aba manipa bo hye wei nipa be ka wei a na Ghana fo nyina botwi ni akoto aba na de awane se wanya 1.7 million votes keke nwanwa o kan ade a chane aba bechew se hunu na mamu na ye provisional national defense council na omutwa pi ni firi wa abeye NDC no because na ye PNDC no omutwa pi ni firi wa na beye NDC National Democratic se hunu na mamu na no ane se ye anocratically government mu ne ye anocracy because government no na ne se obie wa no ane abechew uye se ya ne abechew ni asaki chief justice ya wa ha boss my obi o kira de na ya lieutenant no ye de na call deputy electoral commissioner deputy so was resign no akọ classroom uvi said dey na wo na Ghana for to so one na tender in resignation letter is it right ABC said article 89 of the 1992 constitution says here members of council of state are well constituted because there is no retired chief justice or also by virtue of article 89 pursuant to article 89 of the 1992 constitution say on my opinion I was also appointed the retired chief justice be na de beto board and so be and sana members of council of state no ayadwuma says here Ghana ha a breach article 89 His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wa breaches our law yeti ha obi amfane nkwa wo de no court kora unanimous FC ye nka hwe we go court no na de ne ko mo bi nko Supreme Court no nka upon proper and true interpretation of article 89 whether or not His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on breaches our law na mo bi nko court no fa nko say unanimous FC ye beto na asamatwene it will try many chief justice na retired December or coming December and I be atesa or retire we no asan de naba members of council in the free na copy December na say article 89 ya tietia so but to read the constitution na metima ko tu ba bia kire say so man panyini tietia o my constitution so 1992 constitution a basis a yetimi di remove no e man free so impeach no man free so. And so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say article 89 opa bi ho sesi ahwe say ebesi say na chief justice me na mi busa na mo fidie kase so say o me ma me answer ene Ghana fo nyina answer de nti ebesi say na chief justice ye obi ho ye obi our retire ho ye ni krai wo Mami Theodora Wood e wo ho ye san wo anini ye boa e wo ho e de ti na san krofo mienu no say toku no no ma wo na tiko na wasan kwa wo na tiko wo ECOWAS court a esemoara because ECOWAS court mo tena samoso mo ehunu se fundamental human right be ability mean ese wo mo anka se ECOWAS judges se dipa mien se tena ho no ene wo mo fundamental human right o mo do mo nkoso nya saa ene na ma regional block no entimi nya adwuma yi a wote wona Burkina Faso ate wo mo na we ate wo mo e mo te wa judge for mien sa makotena mo meteme na mo mfa me nko mo kotena mo se mo ehunu se fundamental human right be ability is it right? And you know say because on person be bibia tia Ghana na asem no kra munya mfa meto gya no na oras website the Facebook wall na beda wasa ma me no o ma bu atia no e no hunu ye ese wo mo anka say ECOWAS justices na o mo te wa o mo de sa judgment ne ba e wo mo Nigeria ho mo no. The point is article 89 is clear e dey tin e be 7 on my opinion say nya bibi na wo pesa wo ya ne mind nyina is actuated by malice bad faith. I'm telling you, Metihane na mekacha His Excellency John Dramani. His mind is what? Ne governance na anase na memu na waye no. Ne mind na omudibu amane actuated by malice, bad faith. Ano omode ye. Editing article 80 na omebu omechire de ntia on point retired chief justice one appoint in FMI. 89 is clear. There shall be a council of state to counsel the president in the performance of his functions. The council of state shall consist of the following persons appointed by the president in consultation with parliament. One person who has previously held the office of chief justice, article 89 is well stipulated. One person who has what? Previously held the office of the chief justice. Ebesi sene ye what to Mami Theodora Wood or ye what Justice Anini Yabua. actuated by malice adwembɔne amemu no nti no ɛnam so mu nyinaa no ɛyɛ president Akufo na appointee wɔ mu no nti no ɛnya ade a ɔbɛfa wɔ aba ama ɔma ba nti wɔtwɛn ne chief justice wei ama na retire ansa na ɔde naba so wɔntwɛn ne deɛ a ɛne no mɛkyerɛ deɛ nti article 89 clause 1 ebesi sɛ na wɔntumi appointee. It's a breach of the 1992 constitution, and when the president breaches the law or breaches the 1992 constitution, he must also face the full rigor of the law. Okay. No kwa na meka kyerɛ no enti na meka to Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2 ede kyerɛ no abdem bonini ebu ɔman na ɔman ni si apini but say righteous no be an hotene ebu man na. Look at his excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, very humble, very sober, sagacious what person obred ho ase ɔde da fam ɔkoto panyini kra ɔbɔ otumfo no ɔde nkoto dwa nyina agu fam yɛ asantefo kra yɛkɔkyerɛ ɔte kɔkɔ so a ebi wɔ kra na yɛngora yɛ na mu mpaboa emu nkoto dwa ne nso yɛabɔ yɛ mu ase kakra but ɔno ɔde nkoto dwa nyina agu fam papa ne brɛ no ho ase. His excellency Mahmoud Bawumia ɔbrɛ no ho ase to the extent sɛ kwan ɔbɛfa so ne kasa na botre yɛto aba oni nkuguo kra me enka nwie wase megyae me parliamentary ayi ni nyina kra wo de megyae sɛ de Ghana yie yonti umpe nipa we na apɛ hwan na akoye ne Christianity and Muslim ti onto abama na Muslim ni de obu ma ya enye yesra Christopher yesra mo reconsider mo decision. The best governance ne say oye ne oman ne pe no serve oman no enye the best governance say bia obi ye kremoni, whether you are kremoni, whether you are Christian no, judgment is given to Christ. That obebu obi atense de university and his excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ba no den hye pa begu apom no oye de bia dachi ni Nyankopon ne obi ka me se obi obebu man bia wa mu yie a be se siga na gu ma ho ana de be ma wunua no wato gold ni nyina de ama wunua no dachi Nyankopon bebu sa kama nyame ne obi ka Nyankopon fa on che o da because obi tia no na koma ho atu hole in heart onya 29,000 crown koye surgery obi da kwalebu sesi a wopene obi wo cardio center onya sika ne bi enso minister bi sika guna na account mu say cho de omu kan nti omu so mu do obi kokoto wo pa me enko da omu be firi so na omu be hunu omoto amu ahunu se sika omu ayam na oman mu etisa wo to aba e say reconsider with decision. This time is good for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Omu ni leader bi akora wo ba, I'm telling you no kra na me catch omu confusion crazy omu ana nye confusion na de me pesa me cho say omu leader ben e betimi awstand Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia en na kwasi practical en waka no straight forward wan to sebe kwasi prat so ho no kire say gese ka yenkobu sa nyame ansa na hwan ni statement no kra me refi ansa na yetimi ahunu say enipa bi betimi aba ba ye president amagana na
but lawyer that's papa day lawyer Evans Osei Bonsu firing with so much fashion some of the she say we are Ghana dia o to kra just o dream some no na obu fusa na o dream some na obu fusa o my be kra enti nana adodan kwa Kufuado say na wo se ne man koye kra na to this extent she say be bia ni ho ma be bia ni ho Atrocities force no kra sika no kra no o release emom ono ane nkofu obu afu and then the president Mahama so go release ai o go release ai ewe ni omo abecha mo na just omo akwa be bia tena. But let's see wait a quick glance am sako honorable in China you share a breakdown and Minister of Interior well no chere say no so far Nipa 38,000 is it 802 and aye misplaced and no all my breakdown kakra say 25 communities and adiano kam pa ga east lejokuku ayawaso central ga central ga west ablikuma north ningo pram say it na Sam Georgia no dem wejagbawe ga south adenta krowo okaikwe south okaikwe north tema west tema metropolitan it goes on and on that all my breakdown and you know also provided a breakdown of the figures. Muntaka disclosed that Ga East recorded 2,000 displaced persons from 400 households with 6 people reported missing and 5 confirmed dead. Hey, and I know you Ga East and Kwao Nipa 2,000 and omono ensuno kaum esia bonte just I don't know the bay a fear bako a hand night. She say a Ga Eastern Kwanipa in Sia and almost your wire and a moo in Nudia Osio Lejokuku recorded 1,200 displaced persons from 240 households and 1 death, while Ayawasu Central recorded 3,021 displaced persons from 605 households, 1 missing person and 3 deaths. He added that Gan Central recorded 1,811 displaced persons from 363 households, while Gan West had 2,300 figures we cried the idea. Omo akike see this is a Ghana there. Do baby figures no. The reality no. Ebeba bibia kofom no. And ye be say nipo mo ho aka no. Enya sam ketu akra. Si say 38,802 no diabo. Now to be say figures no kro ma mie so pa. Atoyira ncham kase pa na si won kran no. Enya sam ketu akra. Enti ye de empai na yebo empai de yebo. She say who say the NDC they've been exposed. They have nothing good for a Ghanaians. There be omuni plan bia for a Ghana for President Mahama said you buy 2012-2013 plan a would seem no what else. It be a man meka ye who difference bia and they cry the aye west last time they circle ja and I make sense you and then motion yes. But honorable remember when ebia any other topical issue obepese ubekum na ensebro de say flats no krana ma dodo na nia ania but NDC for abo pese bo yes atifu angle so and say atifu so na edo na pese bo de be change narrative that you have failed. You have failed and the money magwase na me hu se manase azuri awuni be 4 hours ago he said ade hit that kind try to justify the entire of the Zoom Lion and some ebaye our person justify the Facebook or kwa watching 17 Zoom Lion yes say you obo free masa baby tina nanado went you no the other year nanado and President Mahama and some are otie ye and then atri you nipa na free mo say the honorable kind I don't know. Yeah. But
he go explain tire. Even the local government minister, the current local government minister, Ahmed Nkansah. I was a no visiting assembly.
Yeah.
Now we have a week or 2 weeks. Okay, say on office Juma now we free Zoom Lion for the man assemblies and assemblies to me manage. And you know they have to reconsider. Say go back to Zoom Lion and I say whatever be the case. Until the Mudika preho and I'm quiet. Some of us we advise you because we'll be our war industry over the years since 2006 President Kufuor time. Until Juma why establish it? Near money na Zoom Lion for a war. Ukase assemblies no betumi use and answer omo wasa near mano. So Obeka say Zoom Lion create omo subsidiaries bako omo kofa cars we buy towing cars. Yeah. President Kufuor time Kufuor at 2019-20. Senka GVL say oko lances o car. Nanka wetua 20 Ghana cedis. Ewo say be ya betumi. Ntinka omo be station cars no all our highways. Nti say ba say o car say ewo kwan so a na towing car na ire ato de afiri na e de koshop. Eno okofa cars buy ye nuano mo NDC fo ye sorry Kufuor ado so den omo ye ya ntumi implement sa policy no e na osan twe ne cars minim se ni nyina da so go want to me anyusu but wonim say ye value number of people ya omo awu afri sa car asesi kwan so na obi de akowura ase na yi a e more than sa kana na nka ye betu ade ama open enti se bia policy no na bia ye nte ase a na ye nya abotre na ya cheche mu ama yete ye ho ase bet ye mfa ni bre bone ne otan enkase enu nti kwambia so ese yetumi egu sa company we or establishing no one say no what the company na nyuma bebre what they call other African countries what they call other African countries because no prophet is regarded his hometown and you know say
and how can the be na etosia ese ye no kasa na correct
you fix it simple
you just don't throw away
you are throwing away the baby with the water.
Now, if I was so by BBS, I'm a health system records and then one may be a link. The United almost an MP. I say, almost pensive, say, maybe a chump. But also need plan B. What's that?
I'm a thinking, a deep thinking. And I want to mean, Hono Yankase, I deal with. That's what him say, even a gold purchase ya aba na my currency na ho aye den de ka ho ba umi ade ba the current governor of Bank of Ghana joy for video no ho omoko interview ni say the current vice president here proposing ni say o hwe the cedi stability ni de ka ho no a o say yen to gold na yen fa encushion ye sika no say o kan say enye possible enye adwuma o say enye yi the videos are there. This current governor of Bank of Ghana
enye yabai
yes and so enne mobile na mo say mo to gold ko 10 billion
eno na your baby
Ibrahim Mahama akwala na de na sha no na de tina zoom la adwuma no ene sanitation no man fe no ama Ibrahim Mahama na mom gold no de ma no
na zoom la de say private yi
make us say kono so ne company ni betima yi
as first no that be say you gold say first
de bi na ko yi ball no
no say first no do otis you say dey no o ye dey aba ya dey aba Greater Accra Regional Minister no na 19 Moses
asema wo ke unim say even your minerals sector no nyina nipa mo ho nyina mo da no nyina no they are related to Ibrahim
Mahama
wo dey wo hwe nipa na mo da ye minerals commission
ko
gold board wo ko baby a mo ho nyina ada se na oye ne ne
na ye juma
dada e na ye yi no e no ko ha sa na mo aye no nti cartel e no mo afọ me just to get money from the good people of Ghana. That's what they are doing. And say na President Mahama no to opposition say Akufo-Addo de or abusuanfo mu wie sikare de
family and friends
wako trafio wo de unua no na ewia de ma unua kan e na wo wia ye sika ye gold ne ne nyina na wo de ama wo president no say na wo say Akufo-Addo ni abusuanfo mu wia
sponsor MP for kura bebere MP ko ya ne aja
kwambia so ye betu say good boy for so mu say betu o ye dey betu
see I no dey cry economy enwa na dey obo ndi hwe enwa dey cry economy no see
the ideas and na ye dey chichere o man keke Mama nka e friend say Accra Kumasi road
but yes me ba but it's when ye gusu establish na me say Sisubio President Mahama ni amaya samaye tintinyina in opposition ye Sisudua so no can say Nanado to me manage flats no effectively. No bound the engineers be
engineers and planners. How do go down?
There is a to go. Engineers and planners.
Take it. That just say engineers and
planners. And Canada to assume the President Mahama and some more kind ya. Woko to ababa the sasa Nanado etek akuyadu na isuya baufie. Isuya kakla de baufio and one drew roof. Kakla de ba wa opipa in a koi and then a four window. Ha ewo. See say no the agents some Quebec say issue na 500 EBC that
you go explain tire
says EBC that they see President Mahama and 590 it is out of what
talk what say Akufo-Addo amamu boring
na no dey flat and how dey dey flat
na nsu ato ama wa ompe Akufo-Addo won nsu to na nsu ato ma wa ompe
President Mahama kasa too much
o kasa wo di na chi o be kasa ma na ntia nkrofo mo ho
says you we dey out of the out of you know we dey atopa other party your flag dey evidence
o say we dey nsu atopa wo 2024 dey toy dey 2025 na dey toy na we dey atopa
na anti hwan na o te ye no sika ade bo na wo pese o fa kwa dey ọ̀rọ̀ bọ̀dá kan bíi ibi anaka ó lè yé dá mi bra ọ̀rọ̀.
Accra Kumasi road ààrẹ hó. Mẹ̀mẹ̀ka sẹ̀ yẹ́ àyẹ̀ fa fọ́m no ọmọ nam soro na ọmọ hu ntí na dáná mẹ̀ka sẹ̀ Nyankopɔn ma port house mìíràn sọ̀rọ̀ hó bi na nka plane no so nka ẹ̀wọ̀n so kakra na nka ọmọ nyinaa mẹ́fa fọ́m na ọmọ fa fọ́m ní èyí dẹ̀ fa fọ́m a ọmọ bẹ hu sẹ nipa tumi di traffic for more than 11 hours 12 hours from Kumasi to Accra adẹ́n bọ̀ ne bẹ́ẹ̀ ni yà yẹ bọ̀ ne bẹ́ẹ̀. Port house no na MPP aban na amosin Akufo-Addo ye Nebukadnezar no ho ani ye tuatua no won kran road ye jatua yan Philippian enti utumi port home na say wo ye mo ahye te say de o awuredi nyem asemni na aban na wo twam no o ye bypasses mako na wo chema yinsia ba bi ho ba sa wo kokora wudura nyema utumi use that road no na wakopie na aban bibie 80%. Aban se menye ye jade ato na nkrofo ebre wo Accra Kumasi and na me hwe Facebook me hu obi so post o say also from Takoradi to Nkranra also no so di 11 hours enti aban we buy dia be mpa na asesa menti ase o
dia no aye
keke mo dia mo nchire ebia mo ho bi e dia na asesa because everything is getting worse. It's getting worse. Menkai the last time will be complaining say from Takoradi to Accra was spending 11 hours. Menkai the last time. Menkai the last time and you cook Accra. Maybe say me Nkansah me drive wa ebi a ma check pa bia be 5 hours na do. And na 11 hours 12 hours. Untumi ndru ye. Enti omo na omo ye sekere amode yakoto sa hie he. Enti dia be mpa fa so na omo anya firim. Enti NDC buy ya eko 2 years e dia na asese wo man we na o complain a omo nsem bi a ya omo kan kakra ya na ya abofu sem ko abofu sem se na mpifo mutena 8 years ada na mo anyam se dia ase na wo kan no amamwo wo ya ya bu no wo man since independence party ben na sefo no mo bu man we more than ye fe se NDC and the PNDC more than 30 good years ada na mo anya project ya wo Ghana nyina omo kan san te de akufo ado 8 years na obebu ye no e na sata na ye hya ase wo Ghana e na mobile mfie nwotwe ade na manye e na mfie nwotwe na dem na wo mfie aduasa na de na wanye ana mu ye sa kwan we nyina na akufo ado bai na ode ayi excavator si kwas na otutu ni nyina firi ho ana no mo ke kasa ansem bu ina obi o se o ti o ye MPP ni a no no so tiba bi ana o support e na ye nya kwan 8 years na ese nka ye ni nyina and then we be sabi new NDC ni baako say and Ashanti region am say NDC for nya more votes e wa Ashanti region than voter region. Yes. It's a fact. Aba here to omutumi nya more than 600,000 mekwa. You can voter region votes na bo menu 600,000. Enti dia na waya ma Santamana de bia so I say MP for no and now voter region no projects e wo nyina mo ye ni nyina awie. Mo World Bank no mo hwe mo awie. Mo tumi ahwe voter region for nyina. Obi agitum say bia de ba ko na mienu bi say nka MPP ye na say wantumi anya wase ye nyina agitum but um penti picture no as if say MPP anya hwe wa Ashanti region na sa kwan wo ye aye amoja eko region sen eko northern 5 northern regions nyina wo Accra Kumasi road wi eko Bunu region eko Ahafo eko Western North ansa say de wa ko Burkina Faso e de wa ko Mali na adwuma we ekoso a obi aba wo se menya adwuma no be ne ye jade ne ye nyina ye yi ani e hwere because omo wo sika no mo na wiem nti bra ye bre wa Accra road no mo hui na o de potholes no bi be basoro
but potholes there me ba jo me fa we fa bra quickly me bra lawyer jade embono tofa amuzu hair food say the new kid on the block amuzu hair food na sa amuzu hair food we baby a wo biaro say we obi a wo sra wo triwi mu kwa dia koda kope amuzu hair food hibi na bible crowd obeka se titru ma no bo glory pa ene utriwi na amuzu ede eye nkubia ba vitamins and minerals say wom no wodim sa amuzu so de kan ho an wa kan ho e say no de ode eye nku a ye de sra etrimu ena aba na nku wunya bi de sra otriwi mu a de ye friend ho a wo otriwi ase a e ma otri ase ekika no hwe nku no wo de sra otrimu baako mienu miensa enai utumu se eye ho a anasa dandruff a wo otriwi ase no e clear ni nyina every hodom na e ma otri ase no enkika se bia otri ase ye kro na hu kro de ba fita every eye utrase no wonu se ni nyina every hodom enti bobodia sa obekwa akoto eye amuzu hair food no ebi about triwi no so se bia be so triwi tuntum pa bobodia ma triwi ni tuntum just eye triwi ho adwuma ankasa utriwi na se wonya adaje na uyi utriwi no eye utriwi tutu utriwi aye basa aye ko asoja yusu amuzu hair food ni bi na ebebo papa sisai die we release inkuno enti ukọ eye shop bia ye ton eye cosmetics ewuma wonsa ebeka amuzu hair food ni bi wudi sa amuzu de bibia no jai nyasam keto akra friend ahoma trofo so upebi ato anasa upebi de business a ubetumi afre 0242 955 056 ebia na upebi gu shop ana upebi yusu a ubetumi afre 0242 955 056 0242 955 056. Amuzu hair food pa. Lawyer, yeah, sorry.
Yo, okay, me try the tiama minu aban. Me de me touch on your ECOWAS court. I'm here to read their judgment, but you be read the judgment, not 3 justices no ya criticize omo. Et me message obi aba no afa kwan bia so buga no abeka stated misbehavior no wasaki chief justice. Enya sake no ho asem kra no de bo say fundamental human rights was in breach. The point is, baby amode ne call ye e wo osu ho na mukodi na asem no. E ho yedi asem e wo ho anase yedi asem wo a court of law anase e ye dan kama ye court premises ni edi asemo two or say wuramu a whereas amoma attorney general ne lawyers are no mu edi petitioners nanim a mo de ba court no mo do mo phone no mo laptop ni bibia wuramu ora Atrocities kata ne ora tade sorry mo enyina a mo ye lawyers mo do mo mfidie nyina wo no ne lawyers Godfred odamenom ne ade nom e de na waje wo mo phones no waje wo mo laptop nyina na waje afiri wo mo nsem no amomawura ho ehwa so baabi a mukodi asem ho na mudi ne wofa asem wie koku no enti baabi a ho na mehu asan ato no so etia ne fundamental human right we nyina na ECOWAS court so wa hunu hwe wom sa justices ne menyankan na nya adwuma bia no ye to me me ka kiro mo because kwan omo edifa so omo de adi maame na se na mpokura omo judgment maaye no no rasrem sai e de abeto no face wall ne Facebook wall ese maame na difo ntokura. And he said, say no more the asem original block or no more egusu di asem o ma befa o ma ECOWAS sa na ye ka kire omo ye de hu se pepepe ya mfa ni maame na ye be kan o judgment no na ya hwe paragraph bia any page bia no o decision o de buy na ya criticize o mo because criticism de e wo ho enti se si ano unanimous FC no ma e de ye adwuma na san koduru ECOWAS court de a enya adwuma wo ho na ban foforo so beba ono so be sakrem na me di besie no na machia varis on say the papa na wo ye won ye modi na so papa na wo say wo Italy e ho na menu aba nso koyi ni emma nyina koyi ni ti koyi e wo pod no ni menu aba Ellen ti varis baby a obi amene keke varis ya chia na da wase
mate
the keke eno
all right it's better lawyer Ivan so say bo so as better honorable and the young go so as the chamedics council
men kan kire da matter honorable da matter e wa fija kwa bere oni honorable onyina ese adwumanka se kase free fa de e kwa adwumanka se kase kwa ase kura na sa omumienu ya omumpesu ya so omunhwe no munyi kwan no ene sa de bia no munya kwan no
medics consult that's na ode gasto mixture prostate plaques mixture